Hey guys, Crewman here, and in this video I want to talk about kaspa forks and how I decide personally whether I'm going to mine them or pass on them. Because what started out originally as just kaspa a year ago, then we had Carlson, then we had Pyram hash, then we had nexell-ia, then we had Nautilus. This one's not even on an exchange yet. Then we had Husat, then kaspa classic. How can you figure out which one you should mine on and which one you should pass on? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain to you how I decide, and then I'm going to give you a few tips at the end of this video on what you should do personally, along with all the disclaimers that come along with mining brand new, untested beep coins. So first, how do people even find out about these coins? Well, the best thing you can do is go to a site like bitcoin.talk, or go on Discords with your friends, because some random people will find them and then they talk and then they spread them to your friends, and that's how you find out about them. I personally find out about most of these coins through some of my buddies, along with checking bitcoin.talk. So first, let me give you a quick disclaimer. Now, these altcoins, we're going to call them politely because I want this video to be somewhat viewer friendly. They come with plenty of risk, right? They could end up being nothing. Now, when you mine most of these, you're mining them before they hit an exchange. Before we had Carlson and Pyram and nexell-ia, things that you could actually end up mining that were profitable and are still profitable. We had some random coin that was on bitcoin.talk that people decided to mine before they hit exchanges. And that comes with a risk. You could be mining it and completely wasting your time. You could be downloading a virus, which is why you need a virtual machine. And you should watch this video that I released about 3 months ago explaining things that every GPU miner should have. I'll put a link down below and a link up top. Now I'm going to go over how I decided to mine these coins, and then I'll explain, signs to look for and not to look for, so you can kind of get some kind of idea on whether you should mine them or not. So let's start off with Carlson. When Carlson first came out, it was basically kaspa, right? Everything worked the same on Carlson as kaspa. So essentially all I had to do was take my kaspa overclocks, swap them, and I was good to go. I'm a big fan of triple mining, right? So one of the things I usually do on coins that I don't trust is I triple mine them with Ergo and Zill, so that way my GPUs can at least pay for their power. So the only thing that I am risking is opportunity cost to mine a better core algorithm. Carlson was an easy no-brainer for me, and it worked out. Obviously, all I had to do was spin up a virtual machine and then mine to a wallet. So that was easy, and again, that was no risk for me because I have a virtual machine. And I do recommend that everybody, like I said before, has a virtual machine. So then Pyram came along, right? And Pyram was, at first, it was basically the same as Carlson. And then later on, ASICs broke on the network, so you had to kind of rebuild your flight sheets because it used Pyram hash. So that was fine, not a big deal. You kind of just have to understand how to overclock your GPUs. So that one might have been something that other people might not have wanted to do, especially if you don't fully understand how to tune GPUs, which is perfectly understandable. Nexell-ia, right? When nexell-ia came along, nexell-ia was essentially Carlson hash. So all you literally had to do was basically take your Carlson flight sheet and just swap the pool address for your, you could even lie and say it was Carlson on Hive. So you basically swap your pool address and you are good to go. So something like that for me was easy. Again, it's just spin up a node and mine right to it, or spin up a node for the third time, which is just another virtual machine. So it takes 20 minutes of my time. Then we just change our flight sheets, which takes, another 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, I can do that. Not a big deal. I will be remiss to say that I know nexell-ia had that problem with their blockchain. Between me and you, whenever these coins hit the exchange and they have that initial pump, I just dump them. I don't believe in these coins. I don't think they're I don't think they're worth it any more than just a quick cash grab. Obviously, we'll see if any of them have long-term implications. Quite a few of them are still profitable now. But again, I'm just going over the history of these and explaining to you how I chose to mine them and how you guys can apply that to whether you should mine the next one that comes out. Now, fast forward to about a week and a half ago, right? So Nautilus came out. Well, one thing that was different about Nautilus, which was pretty cool, It is essentially Carlson hash, but what made this one different and even easier, because another thing that I think miners don't like to do is miners don't like to spin up nodes. When there are nodes involved, people don't like to do it, which is good for people like me who don't mind spinning up nodes. But what makes Nautilus different, besides the fact that it's just another Carlson hash clone, was that K1 pool right away took it up. Like you could literally mine it right away. Look, see right here, Carlson hash. And the way K1 pool works is you mine the K1 pool, and then K1 will send it out to whatever address it is. So you could have theoretically, if you wanted to, now I spun up a node, I didn't do this, but it's something you could have did. I don't necessarily recommend doing this either, but again, it's something you could have did. You could have literally taken your Carlson flight sheet. All you had to do was swap out the pool address using the Nautilus K1 pool, and that's all you had to do. You didn't even have to spin up a node if you didn't want to. So that's like 10 minutes worth of work. When Husat came out, was similar to just a Pyram fork. So essentially what I actually did was I just stayed on Nautilus. I didn't even bother with Husat because I was about to go on a trip and I just couldn't be bothered. Now I'm not saying it was bad, but like all these coins are just simple to mine. I mean, you just swap around flight sheets and spin up a node and you're good to go. And all you're risking is opportunity cost, unless you are not triple mining. And if you're not triple mining, then you have to debate whether or not you want to risk your power. And that's only something that you can decide. One that I stayed far away from and I didn't bother with was Kaspa Classic, because in my opinion, they had a few warning signs. A, they only had a Windows miner. I'm all right. I'm good. I'll pass. B, it's a new algo. I'm not saying it could have had a virus or it couldn't have, but it just didn't seem like it was worth it to me. C, they botched the launch, and botching a launch is not good. And there was already Husat and Carlson out, and Nautilus out. So like for me, if I'm gonna mine one, it's gonna be one that doesn't have a botched launch and just seems safer. Now I'm not saying any of these coins are safe, overall, because like I said, there was definitely a fear that Nautilus was getting rugged in the beginning, and any of these could disappear at any moment. But even I have standards, right? Like even I have a limit of what kind of altcoin I'm willing to mine. So Kaspa Classic for me was a pass, and I'm still not mining it right now. And I'm not gonna talk about the ASIC ones because that's a totally different story. I'm just focusing on the ones that are GPU mineable. Also, any of these Kaspa coins, like Seedra, for example, which had ASICs on it right away, don't bother with it for a GPU. It's just, you're just gonna play a losing game. You come out of the gate losing. There are plenty of Kaspa coins that are only GPU mineable in the beginning, so I would stay on those. So overall, would I mine these? Yeah, I personally think they are worth mining, knowing that you're going to have to sell them fast, because I think they're an easy way to make some quick cash, and I think that overall they're profitable. Because guys, if you don't believe in them, you can literally just mine them, sell them, and swap them into something that you believe in. I mean, on like an exchange like TradeOgre, it doesn't take that much work to do that, and TradeOgre is actually a very easy exchange to use. So again, this isn't me advocating for doing this. This is me saying that if you feel comfortable enough to mine one of these many Kaspa, Pyram hash, Carlson hash forks, which are all basically K-heavy hash forks, you just have to ask yourself, do I want to spin a node up? Yes. Is it just a fork of a fork? Like, is it a Pyram hash coin, Carlson hash coin, etc.? And is it worth the opportunity cost to mine them? And if the answers to all of these are yes, then go ahead and mine them, guys. I really, really think the risk is low. But at the same point, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. So I hope this video helped. It's just a quick guide on how I go about mining Kaspa forks. And I've been basically, honestly, as my core coin, I've been mining Kaspa forks since Carlson hash released, minus brief stints on Alethioum, as I am trying to build up a bag of that before ASICs crash that, break through that. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more crypto mining and GPU mining tips. And if you guys have any questions about this video, please leave a message in the comments down below. This was just meant to be a quick one to get you guys going on the Kaspa forks if you decide you want to mine them. Crewman, out. Peace.